Well, it's time for our next low polygon game modeling lesson, and we're going to model this little beach house here. A little beach stand for a lifeguard. Would be perfect for a game or something. It's low polygon, low detail, but it's high enough polygon to where you get what you need and you can use it. So let's go in here and let's hide this one and let's start fresh. So the first thing I'm going to do is make my little post for the front stairs. So let's go ahead and draw out a box, pick my cube, and let's draw out a box here. It don't have to be perfect, maybe 350 by 350, and I'm going to drag it up like this, and this will be the beginnings of our post for our stairs. Okay, this spacebar, drop a tool. Now I'm going to go into my top view and I'm just going to position this a little bit here just to center it up like that. A little bit better on this middle here like that. Spacebar, drop a tool. Now I'm going to hit Command C to copy it, Command V to paste it, W to activate my move tool. I'm going to pull this over. Now we got two. Okay, let's go back to our perspective view. Let's go ahead back to our top view and make these wide enough apart. I'll make it like that. We could make it a little wider if we wanted, but I'm just going to stick with this right here. Spacebar, drop a tool. Now we have our two little posts here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our edge mode and let's bevel our top edge here and our bottom one by selecting these round edges around the bottoms and tops. I'm going to do it on both of them, doing both at the same time, which will give us a more even result all the way around. Okay, we got those selected. Let's hit the B key to bevel. Let's turn on the bevel. Let's make our round level 0 and let's bevel this out. And that's looking pretty good. We're not too worried about the bottom since the bottom will be buried anyway. I'm going to give it a little bit of a point, so like that. Spacebar, drop our tool. Okay, now we have our beginnings post here. Now we're not going to get all this finished in this first video, but we're going to, get started. So the next thing we're going to do is make our pole, our boards that go up the side. So let's go back to our basic tab and pick our square. And we can go into our right view if you like, and I'm going to draw a square out here like this. That looks okay right there. Go back to perspective view. Now as you can see, we got this piece of wood here, so let's bring it out, make it a little thicker like so, maybe a little thicker than that. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Spacebar, drop the tool. Now I'm going to select this thing, hit the W key, and I'm going to move it out of the way here so I can work on this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the E key and rotate this up, I don't know, 30 degrees. About 30 degrees that way in the X. Okay, now we have this board here that's we're going to use to butt up against this like so. But first we need to detail it a little bit. I'm going to select these two polygons here, mesh edit. I'm going to select my loop slice, have it set to 50% with my count of 1, and click, and that's going to, as you can see, that's going to set a loop right down the middle. So now I can go in here and fool with my vertices by going to vertices mode, and I'm going to select these two verts down here, hit the W key, and I'm going to move them back like so. Now I'm going to select these two verts. Let's adjust these a little bit, moving them down like this. Now I'm going to select all four of them, hit the R key for scale, And I want to scale down like this in the Y to even those up. And for good measure, I'll hit the spacebar, hit the R key again, and do it again. Now as you can see, that gives us a flat bottom. Okay? And we can worry about the top up here later, which won't be a problem if you want to grab the edges. And we can scale these two. I'm not too tremendously worried about it right now, but we'll get to this when we get there. We'll scale them in like this on the Z. And as you can see, that makes that even too. Flat. So now we have our flat spot on the bottom, our flat spot on the top there. Let's select that whole group of polygons there. Hit the W key. Now let's just position this up roughly on the inside. Let's move it up. Looks like we're going to have to straighten the front up here. So let's hit the space bar. Let's zoom in. Let's grab our verts. Actually, let me move this out a little bit so we can work on it here. Now let me go to vert mode. I'll grab these verts and these verts. Hit the R key and we'll scale like this in the Z, and that will make that nice and flat. Now we can go back in and select it. And we can move it up here, just line things up a little. We can always adjust the size of this too if it's too big for us. Okay. Now we've got that roughly lined up a little bit. It could go in just a tad. And back. I'm kind of anal about this kind of thing. You all don't need to be this accurate because this is just a low polygon rough model. Okay, now we have that piece of wood there. In fact, I don't like that. That's a little bit too big. Let's go to our verts. Select these two. I'm going to pull them in a little bit because that's just a little bit big for my taste. And the same thing can be had with the top here. If it's a little big for your taste, you can adjust the size of it down like this. Okay. Let's grab these polygons. Command C, Command V, W to paste them. And let's pull it on over here. And line that up best we can, roughly. Spacebar, drop the tool. Let's zoom back out. Now we've got our basic stair structure, which does need tightened up and fixed. It's a little off, but we'll work on that. We'll worry about that. So now let's go ahead and draw our stairs. Let's get another box, and we'll start here. We'll go over to here. Make it about that big. Let's bring it down some. Okay, now we have our stairs here. Let's go in, and we're going to have to go to our edge mode. And we're going to want to bevel our edges. Like so. Looks good. Let's do this side. This side. Hit the B key to bevel. I'll make a round level of about 3. And that makes our step a lot more rounded. So now we can go in and brace it up.